Good afternoon. Now, if you don't think this song is the greatest song ever, I will fight you.
Gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's
What's up, comic fans? How's it going? What is up? What is up? What is up? New location today, relying on some natural lighting. Just switching it up. Also, I'm dog sitting, so got to keep an eye on the pups. Anyway, what is up? What is up? What is up? That's right, Comic Vatos Locos forever. Nice. It is break time. It is time. What is up, comic fans? Welcome. It's afternoon delight. So let's get into all the delightful stuff. For those of you who didn't watch WrestleMania yesterday, it was pretty good. While I was there, managed to pick up a belt. So you're looking at the new champion of afternoon delights. But in all seriousness, supposedly WrestleMania last night sold out, broke records, all sorts of cool stuff. So that is good for the wrestling business. All right, moving on to some comic business. If you haven't done your taxes yet, join me tonight for wow, I just got tongue-tied for Monday Night Raw books. All right, we'll be doing that right before the actual Monday Night Raw following wrestling. But anyway, I'll have Nick, my cohort at times on this channel, and he'll be doling out some tax advice. Now, remember, this is not law. This is not final say. Remember to check in with whoever's doing your taxes on that advice. This advice is given primarily for it's on a YouTube channel, so let's say primarily for entertainment purposes. All right, so while Nick is a CPA, in no way should anything he takes be taken to the final T of the law, just in case. World champ all day, every day. But anyway, if you need help with taxes tonight, join us on Monday Night Raw Books, and we'll be doling out some tax advice. What's up, Aaron? Thank you for checking in. That's right, world champ. The champ is here. Yeah, my last show we had some crackling on the mic. Hopefully I fixed that. If you guys hear anything that sounds weird, let me know. But I think the situation has been resolved, at least for now. What is up, Aaron? All right. If there's any Rangers fans behind me, even though you see that one Islander ticket, these are New York Rangers tickets. This is from when they won the Stanley Cup in 1994. So those are game tickets. So, all right. Again, thank you for joining me. Let's go Rangers. And Mets won last night too. So we are in a good frame of mind out here in New York. Speaking of Aaron, this morning I sent out a few more prize winnings. So, Aaron, you should have been one of them. So I figured it's 3 to 4 days before you'll get your package. But let's get into this. All right. Let's get into this. So, United States Postal Service, right? I've used them. Last few times I've used them to send out some prize packages, whatever gifts. Went well. 2-3 days, packages were there, right? So this week, I finally get them all together. I'm like, let's get these packages out. So Thursday, I go into the post office, jam-packed. I'm like, all right. But they have a kiosk, like a machine. You can use the machine, right? So it'll do labels, put in the addresses, all that good stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll use the machine. Nobody's on the machine. Like, nobody uses the machine. This is the only post office I've ever seen with a machine. I've used it before. It worked out swell. Let's use the machine. I get up there, go through the whole process, whatever. And it's like, all right, payment time. dip your credit card in or debit card or whatever form of payment. But it's basically the only forms of payments are cards, debit, credit, whatever, gift card, sure. The machine itself, when it gets to that point, has like a little, so, the swipe actually has like a little bar sticking up, and that bar comes down when it's time to pay, so you don't put it in too early. And then when you put your card in, the bar comes back up until it reads, so that way you don't get jacked. Your credit doesn't get jacked. And in case somebody tries to rob you while using the machine, even though I don't think they would inside of the post office. Anyway, they make a long story short, they need to get rid of the bar. But anyway, so that bar just never comes down. So it's like, insert your credit card, insert your debit card. And I'm trying, but this bar won't go down. It's in the way. Can't get it in. What's up, Daniel? So I'm like, all right, whatever. Cancel. Try it again. Same thing. Nothing. Now I turn my back. There's like 2 or 3 more people on the line. The line's getting longer. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to, just abort mission. So I go home and I go online, and, United States Postal Service is trying to keep up to date, right? So they're trying to be up with the times and all that other good stuff. So I go, all right, let's order I'll print the postage at home. So I go on and I'm putting in the addresses and everything, and we get them in. And then probably the easiest way to do it. One of the options, though, is you can print out a QR code and they send you an email. And then at the post office, they can scan that and they'll print your label for you. Awesome. Like, I like when the post office prints your label because it's sticky. I don't have to rely on any tape, any glue. They put it on. It's kind of laminated a little bit, so it's a little bit better protected against the weather. So, what's up, Trev? So I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it out. I haven't tried it out yet. This is my afternoon not delight. So this is Friday. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So actually, no, this was Thursday night. I order it in hopes of getting to the post office on Friday with this QR code so they can do it, right? So never get an email. Never got the email. But I do have a receipt from them saying they charged me, saying look out for this email. Go to the post office. So the postal worker helps me out. It's like, let's check your junk, your spam, everything. Can't find it. We cannot find this email. So they're like, yeah, you can go to UPS and print out the labels and then bring them back. And I'm like, what is the use of that? Like, I didn't print it at home because I wanted you guys to print out. So I would have to go to UPS. They print the labels, then I would bring them back, and then the lady there would help me and put them on my package and all that stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Go home, print them up at home, whatever. At this point, it's too late in the day because I went after work, whatever. All right, so we're going to go on Saturday. Saturday online, it says that they're open till 3. When I get to the post office on the door, it says closed at noon. Okay. Thanks, United States Postal Service. Sundays, as we know, no mail. So today, Monday, got up bright and early, went to the post office. No parking in the post office parking lot. So I had to circle the building once, then wait in the parking lot for somebody to leave. Went back to the machine. But I had printed the labels at home. Taped them to the box. So when you go to the machine, all you got to do is scan them, throw them in the dumpster, the hopper. So I did that, got a few packages out before a lot of the people on the line were done. Make a long story short, just print your labels at home and don't use any of the new United States Postal Service technology, unless you can use the kiosk to skip the line, but don't use the kiosk to buy your postage because it's going to work half the time. Anyway. Right? So they implemented all this technology, and all it did was prevent me from mailing out a package until like 4 days later. So sorry, guys. A lot of you probably would have had your books already had I just printed my labels at home, but I didn't. And so a lot of stuff went out 4 days later. But it's all good in the end, right? I mean, they went out anyway. And so I'll go home later today and I'll get a couple more packages ready, and I'll pack up some more packages and we'll get those ready. And yeah, we'll print the labels at home. At least until the yeah, or print them at work. I do that too sometimes. But see, the only reason I like to print at the post office is that their labels are, one, pre-stuck, right? They're sticky, pre-sticky, so I'm not trying to tape everything on. And two, they have like, they're little laminated or gloss. They're glossy. They're gloss coated, right? So they got like a little, I'm going to assume like wax coating on them, so that if it rains, whatever, your label's not going to get destroyed and the addresses will still be readable and get to wherever they're going. I do tape over the addresses when I tape the books together, but for the most part, when I tape the packages together, I just like the post office labels because they're just a little bit more waterproof. I don't like the process, though, of going up to them and giving them the address and trying to figure out which postage is the best. Right now, I'm using Priority Mail because it works the easiest, and it's also the easiest to do online. At some point, I may just switch to first class, or I know, who was it who gave me advice? Rob Fat Stacks gave me advice about using Shipping Pirate because they're supposedly cheaper. So we may go to that. Hey, Three Good Nerds, thank you for stopping in. What is up? What is up? What is up? Ooh. All right, Brian. I see where you're going with that. Nice. That sounds delightful. So we're going to jump on that. Well, we're going to check it out and see. All right. Happy to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? This is a quick hitter, but that doesn't mean because it's a quick hitter, we can't have a dance party. All right. Here's two books that I'll probably throw in my new comic book day review and haul this week, or haul and review, just because I haven't read them yet. So first off, we got this Black Panther number 15, dope Alex Ross cover. By the way, Alex Ross is doing a signing at CGC, in case you didn't know, or if you didn't, or if you haven't been updated. Submissions probably have to go in by the middle of this month. I think you have another 10 days or 2 weeks. Not sure. But if you have anything you want to send to the Certified Guarantee Company, CGC, for signings. And this is the first ever like official Alex Ross in, at CGC signing. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I love myself a little at Alex Ross. So I'm actually checking right now to see what the date is for Alex Ross. So you got to get it in. Let's see. Looks like April 14th. So you got another 11 days to find those books if you want to get them in for Alex Ross. Needs to be in by Friday, April 14th. So I would say you have another, for me, it takes like 2 days for books to get there, 3 days max. So I would send it, if I were going to send one in, I'd probably send it in the next 4 to 5 days if I really wanted to make sure it got there in time. But yeah, Alex Ross signing going on. Steve, Hayner, what's up? How you doing? Nice. I've been thinking about doing that. It's a great read, and the character designs are pretty awesome. So definitely had a great weekend. All right, the other book I'm reading right now, because it had some hype behind it, is Shadowline is putting out some pretty cool, like old, let's say, what's a good way to put it? Like historical and fictional, like magical fantasy fictional books, right? This is Image, but it's like their Spotline label. This is Dead Romans. So we're going to read that. So that's my attempt to catch up on all the books I haven't read yet this week. The champ is here. But yeah, it was a long weekend. I went to a friend's house on Saturday for WrestleMania to watch the show. And then Sunday woke up quite a bit later and just stood home and watched it. At that point, I was way too tired. I went from partying it up on Saturday, WrestleMania, to living the clean life on Sunday, if you know what I mean. I heard it's supposed to be like a romance book. So that's cool. Yeah, we're going to read it, see what's up with it, and then see if we want to continue on with it, because I think Dead Romans 2 is coming out pretty soon. But yeah, I've heard good things about it too, though. So I don't know if you've read it, Trev. You'd know a lot more than I do. Yeah, Dead Romans 2 is coming out. It's on FOC now, it looks like. So probably the end of this month it'll be coming out. That's what it looks like. Gotcha. All right, well, I'll read it and we'll see what's up with it. All right, well, there was a Star Wars book I thought was coming out on Final Orders this week, and I was going to share it with you, but I think it's coming out week after this one, so that's disappointing, but whatever. I'm going to put out my Final Orders, my previews for this week later today, so catch that when that comes out. If you're interested in seeing the books that come out this week, we'll do that. And then again, we'll have Monday Night Raw books later tonight, and that'll we'll be talking taxes, and primarily collectible taxes. Okay, and disclaimer: you should definitely confer with a professional who will look at your taxes in hand after the show. Don't just rely on the advice as gospel or word. We're doing it to help you guys out. It's on a YouTube channel, so clearly we're doing it for entertainment purposes. And these are all the disclaimers that keep us from getting sued. And third, it's a tax professional giving you free advice, but they're not physically looking at your paperwork. So remember, you need somebody to actually look at that stuff. Unless you do your taxes yourself, who knows what they're looking for and what they're doing, right? A lot of this stuff could just be theoretical, and every case could be different in some way. So just remember that. Well then, Aaron, I will make sure to drop it sooner than later. I actually have my friend Nick coming on, who is a professional. He's a CPA. Does it for a living. Also does taxes. So if anybody needs help, I'm sure he'd be willing. He's not super busy because it is pretty close to the tax date to do your taxes. Obviously, I'm going to say this now. He's not here, but I'm going to say for a fee. I don't think he'll do your taxes for free. He is a professional, unless he likes you for some reason. Like maybe your name's Nick, and he just likes doing taxes free for Nick. But yeah, he'll be on with me, and we'll talk to taxes. All right. So with that said, I am sharing some FOC stuff this week. Apparently, the Ambassadors was rushed back to printers for the second print special edition. I did hear some good things about it, so it could be a series just worth reading. But this is all FOC stuff, guys. Dead Romans, or Dead Romance, as Trev called it. That is coming out in these books should all be coming out in about 3 weeks. What else? 8 Billion Genies, the hardcover bookplate. It's coming out. Issue 8 should be coming out this week, next week, sometime this month. And that'll wrap up 8 Billion Genies. Philadelphia was a really good, well, let me not say was, it's on issue 30. Rodney Barnes, really good writer. Local Man has been selling pretty well, and here we have issue number 3 coming out. If you picked up issue 2, you notice not as much action. It's become more of a murder mystery detective book, centered around this like 90s superhero groups. Yeah, Shadowhawk was mentioned in the last one, so it's a really interesting book. I think if you were a Image fan in the 90s, it's a book worth checking out. Let's see. By the way, DC Vanish number 6 is coming out. By the way, DC did their final orders are usually Sunday night, so if you haven't ordered your DC books in advance, there's probably no guarantee your shop is going to get them. But yeah, I mean, you could still order the books from your shop. I'm sure if a book hasn't sold out yet, they can still grab that. Grim number 10 supposedly is supposed to change a character's life or something to that effect. Let's see if there's actually the gates of hell wear thin as Eddie, thirsty for revenge, battles a merciless enemy that will push the Reaper to his limits with revealing spiritual wounds. Weird question mark out here, extra spacing. Meanwhile, the last person just expected to see someone Death worked tirelessly to keep hidden reveals himself, and hell itself awaits. All right, so there's stuff happening. Jess is basically the main protagonist of this book. And in case you saw that weird question mark stuff I was talking about, like there's some weird question mark and then some spaces. Editing squad is not doing their job. All right. Dark Horse will real quick. That's for Trev. There's actually a lot of Dark Horse books, which is not a thing. Usually there's maybe 5 max, but it seems like Dark Horse has a lot of books coming out. They did pick up some more Star Wars books, so maybe that's helping them. Then you got IDW here. Dark Spaces Wildfire by Scott Snyder. It hasn't sold very well, but I haven't heard it critically panned, and I've heard the few people who have read it had liked it. I've read the first 2 issues. I thought it was pretty good, so I don't know. But that was a book, I believe, that was dropped on Comicsology, before it went to print. So maybe the people who are going to read it, who are big Snyder fans, already read it. Melodope! Dope to have you here. What is up? What is up? Everyone this Monday is going pretty well because we finally got the United States Post Office to take some packages. And we saw WrestleMania this weekend. So probably should hold the book. Better keep doing that. And here's the thing, like comics, I fell out of wrestling for a little bit, but I am enjoying it a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to become like a big wrestling fanatic like I was during like the Raw era, but I can see myself watching a few pay-per-views here and there and a few shows. Like I might catch Monday Night Raw tonight just to catch the recap and stuff like that. Just cool. Very it's just very nostalgic, I would say. And Triple H is running the company. That's crazy. All right, we're at DC. These should have been in yesterday. As you see, it says orders due April 2nd. So there's your DC books for your final order. And final order, guys, is just the way for you to guarantee you get a book. And this was much more, I thought, it's a Jenny Frison cover. I thought this was much more important when people were going crazy during the pandemic for books. The more I look at this Frison, the more I like it. I didn't like it at first, but it's starting to grow on me. Nowadays, it's not that crazy. Like, you don't have to rush to the store to get your books and stuff like that, unless it's like a B cover or some hard stock cover or like a 1 in 25 or something like that you really want. Some ratio variant or something. It is not that important anymore. You can still get your books. Still, with that said, if you really, really want to get a title, just order it from your local comic shop. The Attitude Era is a match, man. That was a ridiculous era. I mean, the competition too. When you can breed competition with other brands, like you had WCW, right, pushing WWE and at one point surpassing them. Competition is a good thing. It made WWE like rethink how they did business. And even though they're not as 2D anymore, right? The attitude isn't there. They're not as risque. They still try to innovate. And I think it's also forcing some of the smaller companies to innovate. It was pretty good. I will say it broke some records. Attendance records, which let's take that with a grain of salt with the attendance records, because in the past it was like one day, and only last couple of years they started doing these 2-day WrestleManias, right? Become a thing in the last 5 to 10 years, right? So obviously attendance is going to be much bigger when you have 2 days as opposed to one. Ha! If you watch any of those Macho Man Randy Savage interviews, oh man, those are delightful. Monday Night Wars. But yeah, Monday Night Raw is War. WCW was Hojo. What's up? Hojo in the house. I was just saying some packages went out this week, Hojo. So keep an eye on your mailbox. Yeah, Roddy Piper, man. I miss that dude. Those old guys were they were something else. Those guys from the 80s and 90s. And then the Attitude Era came along, and those guys were on a whole nother level. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, so here we go. This is the first appearance, guys, coming out. Cult of Carnage Misery. New character, Misery. Don't know much more than that. Death and Destruction return home. Liz Allen is the mother of Normie Osborn. Who she is blissfully unaware is the all-new, all-deadly Red Goblin. So we have a little Red Goblin tie-in here. But what Liz does know is that the Red Goblin has been active and has been very close to her home. And after her late husband's father, Norman Osborn, maybe you've heard of him, gets pulled into the chaos and violence swirling around Normie, Liz has no choice but to use the resources at her disposal as the head of Alchemax to take matters into her own hands and become something the Marvel Universe has never seen before. So apparently Liz Allen is going to become this misery creature. All right. So little Normie Osborn might have some comp. Bomb's going to come whoop that ass. Can I say that these days? Did I just get canceled? I don't know. But all right, that seems what that book is about. And if you have previews and your comic shop is connected to the previews.com website, right? All you have to do is if you want to order or subscribe to something, you hit the subscribe button, you hit this order button, or you can put it on your wish list. And that just kind of means you're keeping it on the list that when you're ready to order or subscribe, you can get it. So, whatever. I'm just going to order this first issue. It's the first appearance of a symbiote slash possible goblin, part of that goblin family. And here you see all the different covers. You can pick whichever one you want. I'm just going to go with cover A. So it's pretty much that simple, guys. And that's just info. I don't get paid or anything from previews to say that. Let's catch up on the chat a little bit. Ric Flair. Woo! No, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't remember reading about that, but I have seen him at a lot of cons and at the Whatnot booth and stuff like that. So he's been in comics before, though. Yeah. So what? Your comic shop though has to not even have an account because your comic shop doesn't have to pay anything for it. They just have to like set up whatever with Previews World. You press that, and then like their database where they order stuff, like your order automatically goes into their database, and then all your comic shop has to do is like confirm. So yeah, it looks like a cool book. So we'll see. We will see. Edge of Spider-Verse. I don't know if anybody is super excited for Edge of Spider-Verse. I feel like we're Edge of Spider-Verse out at this point. I know with the movie coming, the second Spider-Man movie, which is Spider-Verse centric, these books are definitely going to be pumped out. That being said, after like the last one, we've got 200 and something Spider-Verse characters out there. It is a little bit of oversaturation on the comic book side. For your Groot fans, there's a Groot book coming out. Got a lot of dope covers. I particularly like the Peach Momoko one. Like that's cute. That's cute as fuck. Cute AF. All right, it's Afternoon Delight. But yeah, that's definitely a cover that I would be interested in picking up. It's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, see if they're connected to Pullbox. It's called Pullbox. It's through the Previews World website. But yeah, it lets you just like go online. I mean, I still go into my LCS and I'll talk to my guy too, but it just, if you don't have time, you're at work, whatever, you want to pick up a book. Now, I would say that it normally doesn't work if you do a day of. So if you do like New Comic Book Day and you're like, I'm going to order this book, most places won't check it then. They'll usually check it a couple of days before, maybe that Monday or Sunday night. Some places maybe Tuesday night, but if you do it on a Wednesday, normally the notification won't be in there to pull the book for you. So, or it'll be in there, they just won't check it, and it'll be on like the next week's haul. Here we go. We got Moon Knight. He's going to start working with Venom in this issue. So that's cool if you're a Venom fan, guys. Remember, these books are all they're all final order cutoff, so it'll be about 3 weeks before you see any of these in the shops. But if you order them today, you can have them. Here's some Star Wars stuff. I've been reading the Star Wars series. It's pretty good. If you like all the classic Star Wars guys, if you like Chewie, and you like Luke, Skywalker, if you like Leia, they're in there. So that's why I've been reading that. I've heard good things about Yoda. I bought the first issue. It was pretty good. Just so much Star Wars out there. I can't keep up with all of it. So I've been reading Dr. Aphra and just the main Star Wars series. All right, Dynamite Guys always has a ton of covers. Here's some Vampirella covers. That's all they have on FLC this week. And then, last but not least, I like Moon Knight. You know what? I fell off of Moon Knight for a while. Jeff Lemire's run was pretty good, I guess. I just never was super in love with the character. I did like the Sienkiewicz covers from the original, from Volume 1. And then, I fell off Moon Knight after that. And I mean, that was even going back in time for me. Like, I was picking those up after the fact. They came out in stores just for the covers, pretty much. But was never a big fan until recently when Jed MacKay started writing it. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good one, guys. If you haven't checked out Moon Knight, check out Moon Knight. All right, what else do we have coming out this week? We got from One Knot Publishing, Astrobots. There's a lot of covers. Typically, when a smaller imprint puts out a lot of covers, that means they have a lot of faith behind the books. Now, with that being said, this is Whatnot Publishing, and Whatnot's just been putting out a ton of covers regardless. They're really trying to push their comics out. I haven't heard anybody critically give any critical acclaim to any of their books though, and I think I've heard some stuff from people within the comic community where they just say some of these books are just trash. So I'm not going to pan them because I haven't read anything, but again, it's Astrobots by Whatnot Publishing. There's a lot of covers, so take it if you want it. What do we got here? That's Aaron. I feel like that is all of comics, though. It's like every other issue, new character. So, yeah, are you gonna do a video on that? I should get mine together. Do a video of my Moon Knight Volume 1. Been thinking about showing off some of my collection, especially since I want to pare my collection down at some point, and then use that money to upgrade the collection, get better books instead of having 100 of some random character that nobody cares about, or that I don't care about. Maybe I was into stuff and then eventually did not, or just bought a bunch of lots and stuff. And no. Here's some of that anime. What else we got? Some manga. The manga or manga? It's like the emphasis on the A, or is that like a lowercase vowel sound? I don't know. Is it a hard vowel? Soft vowel? I don't know. They are awesome covers, though. I think I will at some point. I think I will. We're running a little long today, so let's get through this. I'll drop that hashtag for tonight. Remember that hashtag? It's not the hashtag that wins you the books. That is the hashtag that gets you extra books. All right, when you win. Yeah. All right. So we're at the end. So we're gonna stop sharing that. All right, guys. So I am at last check 12 subs away from 500. Damn. Yeah, it's been a long road to 500. Primarily just because I was never in it for the subs. Never tried to push it. And then I was like, what happens if I actually try to push it? And I think when I started, I was about 100 subs, so like around 350 or something like that. It's been roughly 6 weeks, and I've gotten about 120, 130-ish subs, just working on it. So it can be done. If you work hard, you can definitely get your sub count up. After I get to 500, will I push for 1,000? I want to say no, but yes, because at that point, it just keeps me motivated to achieve something, right? So it keeps life from being mundane. So maybe we push it into even more overdrive, and we see what we can do from there, and see how quickly we can get from 500 to 750, and then from 750 to 1,000, right? I think the more subs you get, the easier it gets to get the subs up a little bit too, as long as you keep working. You can't just rest on your laurels. Like manga. Got it. Thank you, Ojo. I'm gonna work on that. I saw you left me a link for if you're talking about the shout out to me, I saw that, and I'll get around to commenting on it. But yeah, awesome. Thank you for shouting me out, by the way. I saw you left me a link in one of my comments, so we'll have to work on that. Thank you, Melodope. What's good, 22? What's good? What is good? 22 went to Vegas and he keeps dropping these videos about the comic shops in Vegas. And I've been to Vegas and I've been to Torpedo Comics in Vegas, but I hadn't checked out the other ones. And I will tell you what, I feel like Torpedo is a little bit overrated. Not that it's a bad shop, don't get me wrong. And the books, some of the books they have in there are phenomenal. But if you're going looking for a deal, I would not go to Torpedo Comics. That is not the place to go for a steal, or if you're looking for something that's a deal. I saw you hit 100, Aaron, and that's awesome. I think you did it in a pretty good time too. So, 2-2. Yeah, good job. And honestly, I think it's one is just you're like a natural, right? You don't care about the camera, which is a good thing. Like you don't care what people think, right? And then your collection is actually a pretty nice one. You're showing off, not like modern, like really current modern stuff. You're showing off stuff that could be bronze, but you also have like a focus, right? Like certain artists you're trying to show off, or just certain collections that you're trying to complete. So I think that is awesome. Shop. That's one of the things I wanted to point out today, guys, with Shop. How did I forget that? Well, I almost forgot it till Shop showed up. Shop's got his Shopverse, guys. So Shop for Comics. Which is awesome. So let's share that. Man, I was getting into like a shut it down mode, and the chat got popping, and Shop then showed up. So here we go. Shop for Comics, guys. If you're not following them on Instagram, please give them a follow. Also on YouTube, there's a link right here. Go ahead and click that link. He's a big Spider-Man fan. Focuses a lot on Volume 1 ASM. It's right there on the top of the thing. You can read that. Loves Spidey. But he's been doing these, turning YouTube and other, I want to say there's some Instagram guys out there, unless I didn't find their YouTubes. But anyway, he's been turning them into characters, like these really cool superheroes. Or versions of superheroes, or Power Rangers, those kind of things. So I got Bagman Spidey, which is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. And I believe I'm right down here somewhere. Boom. Look at that. See, I'm like stuck wearing this hat now forever because I've been immortalized as Bagman Spidey in the Shopverse. So here's Trev. Yeah. Look at that. Trev. All right. And some of these other guys you may remember. Common Man Andy was up top. All right. Phil's Comics was up there too. Got the Comic Vet. So a lot of different guys up there. So Shop, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. That is awesome. Let's catch up on the chat, by the way. Nice getting the afternoon off. I am theoretically, this is my break. I am working from remotely. I'm working remotely. Dagger in the house. What's up, bro? You go to that comic convention this weekend? I think I saw you did. Jim NFL 7. He's got some NFL films up there. Check that out. Little comedy. Nice. Nice, Dagger. The Shopverse. Ha! Garfield, 1986. I think Garfield's one of the reasons one of my favorite foods is lasagna. Just saying. Love some lasagna. Thanks, Dagger. Thanks for skipping out on the personal hygiene for me. Appreciate it. But no, thank you for stopping by. There you go. That's what Jim NFL 7 has on his channel. News of MLB baseball, NFL, Nintendo. Love me some Nintendo. Breath of the Wild humor. Paris Hilton and Kate Middleton. All right. No problem, Jim. Go ahead. Sell yourself while you're here. Awesome. That's cool. That's cool. Did you end up getting anything while you were there, Dagger? Oh, we're waiting. Let me drop that hashtag for tonight. And again, guys, remember this hashtag is not to win. This hashtag is to get extra books. If you win and you throw this hashtag in the show later, Monday Night Roll Books, I'll throw an extra 2-3 books in your package. It's a little shout out for coming to both shows, or at least being aware there were 2 shows. I got you. Well, you know what? You said you're just trying to get back into comics, and I think a show, like, you can walk around and you start getting ideas and stuff. You start getting that experience. You start, just exposing yourself to the books, and that is a good way just to get a feel for it. And you don't even have to be a comic fan. You don't have to purchase anything big or have a huge collection, right? You just collect what you want or what you like. And you can do whatever you want with it. Read it, put it on your wall, put it in a box. Nice. That's awesome. And have a good time. That's the biggest thing. Just have a good time with it. Right? I feel like I'm just getting into cards myself too. All right. So the hashtag for tonight, guys, and again, disclaimer, it's to get extra books, not the winning hashtag. It is literally to get extra books. And you know what? We're going to be a little egocentrical today. It's going to be hashtag 12 for Monday Night Roll Books tonight. 12, because I'm 12 subs away. Why do that? I am 12 subs away. That's 7. Obviously, 7 plus 5 is 12. I'm off of my math today. But just 12 subs away from 500 when we start to give away maybe slabs. You'll have to tune in to the Super Show for that. Yeah, just collect what you like and you'll be fine. Like, I even just FOC ordered a first appearance, whatever. But I am a big fan of goblins and Spider-Man and symbiotes. So, you know what? At the end of the day, it is something that I will like. All right. And hashtag 12 is for later today, Dagger. So Monday Night Roll Books, throw that in the chat. Trev, you're not going to win another package? So that'll be for tonight. All right. I feel like I had something I wanted to leave off on, but anything I don't leave off, anything I forget, I can just mention during Monday Night Roll Books. Got to get the practice in. Oh yeah, so tune in tonight if you have any questions about collectibles and taxes, comics, cards, whatever. Again, me and my buddy Nick, who's a CPA, will be available to answer some questions. I think he'll handle the majority of the lifting, and I will use my limited knowledge to just guide the conversation. And if there is nothing, we'll open some packages and have a good time. And remember, guys, after you are too tasty, you are, sir. Your gift, your prize gift, your winnings from the last time have been sent off. So, Aaron, who's receiving that, should get his package soon. He also got prize gifts from Trev, so he got double. This package was actually pretty hefty. That's right, Aaron. Ha! Yeah, well, if you have any questions, come to Monday Night Raw Books tonight. Throw it in the chat, and we will try to guide you in the right way. And remember, after you're done with the show, make sure to get, verify all the information and get it checked with another tax professional, because we won't be directly looking at your forms. We're not tax prepping. We are simply giving you advice, and then it's up to you to do what you will with that advice. And remember, it's on a YouTube channel, so it's also for entertainment purposes. Like they say when they're giving gambling advice on the like NFL Today or like the NFL Network, this is strictly for entertainment purposes. So. Yes, it's tax season, guys, and taxes are due in a couple of days. What day of the week is it? Always like a weird day, like a Monday or a Tuesday. This year it's Tuesday. It says Tuesday, April 18th. Again, this is just me Googling it. Don't take that as the gospel. If it's not Tuesday the 18th and you send it out late, not my fault. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. All right, guys. So let's wrap it up. This is probably the longest afternoon delight we have had, which is fine with me. I try to make this a quick hitter, but this just means we had some fun, guys, because time for me flew. Hopefully for you, it wasn't like pulling teeth and you're not like, why are we still here? I just want to go home. Please shut up. Also, remember, you can just X out of this tab at any point if you are on your laptop. I'm not trying to keep you here. Nice. Awesome, Aaron. Oh, wow. I would love not to pay taxes, but whatever. Taxes are a thing, and we do it. All right, guys. So I'm going to head out, but thank you again, comic fans. Thank you, Melodope. Have a great day. I hope everybody has an awesome day. Awesome day. Again, what's behind me, these are tickets from the New York Rangers when they won the Stanley Cup in 1994, I believe. Yep, that's the 93-94 New York Rangers. And those are tickets from all the games. As you see, this side, the one little ticket that looks minuscule compared to the others is one from an Islander game that they went to. So, and these aren't all from the Stanley Cup finals in percent. These are tickets from their run to the Stanley Cup. Most of these are home games. All right, Jim. Good to know. All right, comic fans. Again, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing some of y'all tonight. And if you aren't there tonight, I hope you have a pleasant evening. Like Trev, whatever you're doing, I hope it's good, it's fun. If it's not fun or good, I hope it's at least eventful, productive. All right. And if you're taking a nap, that is productivity right there. That is healing and resting for the soul and for the body. All right, guys. So again, thank you so much for being here. If you can, check out Monday Night Raw Books tonight. All right. Peace.
Biggie. This goes out Biggie.